going to be a matter of pride in centre ring, making his way to the ring. Trained by Simon Hutchins is a young man named Rob Pride, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds under welterweight division against Marciano Murat Mehmet. And making his way to the ring is a young man they've labelled Marciano from the Tarak Solak Braveheart Academy. That's young Murat Mehmet. Mehmet going up against Rob Pride here at 66 kilos. A welterweight fight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and this one under K1 rules. Let's go to Andy Raymond.
A welterweight contest, and once again we are scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds under K1 rules on this occasion. Introducing first and fighting out of the blue corner, he hails from rural Victoria and is trained by Simon Hutchins. He tipped the scales at 64.9 kilograms, Rob Pride. Standing across the ring, trained out of the Braveheart Academy, weighing in with the advantage at 67.35 kilos, Murat Mehmet. Malcolm Bullner, the officiating referee for this contest.
Well, third man in centre ring, Malcolm Bullner, one of the best in the business, will call Rob Pride and Murat Mehmet to the centre of the mat for this welterweight contest.
Welcome to centre ring, gentlemen. Shake hands now. Good luck to both your fighters. You know the rules. Nice, good, clean fight. Obey my instructions at all times. May the best man win. Go back to your corners, come on, fight near the bell.
Well, we have seen Rob Pride on a prior Tarak Solak show, and a pretty gutsy fighter, Mark Mohammed. I'll tell you what, Murat Mehmet, take a look at him. Now, I remember a few months ago, he was blown up around the high 70s. He has slimmed down to 67.5 here tonight.
He has slimmed down, Michael, and Mehmet, as always, I think will come out blazing. Watch him unload some big shots early.
Big hooking punches that he's renowned for, Murat Mehmet.
The boy from the bush, Rob Pride, may lack a little bit of fight experience. With Mehmet probably having more advantage on that scale. But nevertheless, the boys from the bush are always very tough. They come down to make an impression, and often they do.
Comments from the hammer, Mark Castanini, ringside with myself, Michael Chavello, and here comes Mehmet with those big looping punches that we mentioned earlier on. It'll be interesting, this one under K1 rules, if Rob Pride from the Thai boxing gym of Simon Hutchins can actually get the knees working on Murat Mehmet, and just one a little bit south of the border there, a snappy front kick from Mehmet. While Mehmet always connecting early with the overhand right, that big right hand if he's just cocked and ready for action. And you can see the large welt on the rear rib cage of Rob Pride, where he's already taken one of the round kicks from Murat Mehmet. Pride now hooking up Mehmet and delivering a knee to the groin, and that one hurt him, Hammer.
Well, it was a little low. Pride going for the inside thigh. That is a legal technique, but of course sometimes your aim is a little bit amiss. And the family jewels are brought into question there.
The old John Small's got a bit of a rattle around. And,
resurgence of the John Small comment, Michael.
Malcolm Bullner just giving Murat Mehmet a break there.
Okay.
Rob Pride, as we said earlier on, coming from the Thai gym. There's a knee below the belt of Murat Mehmet and was clear onto the groin. And that's got to hurt looking at it. Step up jab, leg kick combination there from Rob Pride. A high right round kick from Mehmet, then a high left round kick. Good combination there from Murat Mehmet. And Rob Pride goes to the outside right thigh. Trying to execute the catch and sweep there was Rob Pride.
Well, these boys are relative novices. Not really letting it all go at this point, but everyone has to start somewhere, and this is their starting point for sure. Fighting in front of a very, very big crowd, they have to contend with nerves and a whole heap of other thoughts going through their head. Obviously being televised, you know, there's a lot of pressure there on any young fighter.
Murat Mehmet will want to win here. Last time out at the showroom, he lost to Conquerez on a Tarak Solak promotion. Hoping for a win here against Rob Pride.
Well, Pride in a spot of honor there. Mehmet was just about to nail him, and Pride fired out that safe front kick.
Oh, snappy right hand, left round kick combination there from Murat Mehmet. Well, Mehmet tagged him.
One thing that Rob Pride does when he gets under pressure is he drops his hands. As soon as Mehmet attacks his legs, his hands drop, and that is going to get him in all sorts of bother against a fighter like Mehmet, because he is very, very powerful in the boxing department.
Oh, that's why they call Murat Mehmet Marciano. Step up front kick there from Mehmet. Oh, spinning heel kick from Murat Mehmet, showing a little bit of agility and some oohs and ahs from the crowd here in appreciation of that technique.
Well, he gets caught. If he would have caught Pride with the heel to the side of the head, that would have been a nicely executed technique. But good to see Mehmet throwing a high-risk technique there.
Oh, nice snappy right hand again to the side of the head. Smack bang on the kisser there from Murat Mehmet. Well, Rob Pride luckily had the rope to support him, or he would have gone flying out of the ring. I must say, a very good first round, this one so far by Murat Mehmet, Hammer.
Well, Mehmet is actually improving with each fight. He's looking a lot more composed. I spoke to him earlier in the change room, and he told me he was a little nervy. He's always nervy before his fights, obviously. A lot of pressure on Mehmet, but he's putting it together well. Very, very nice young man, Murat Mehmet.
Here's a gentleman outside of the ring, of course, works as a baker during his spare time, and baking up a victory hopefully here tonight, Hammer.
Well, that round certainly going the way of Murat Mehmet in the red corner. Rob Pride needs to reassess here. He's got to hold his guard up a lot higher. He's dropping his guard every time he gets under pressure. And as I said, against a fighter like Mehmet, he will get nailed if he keeps that up.
When you slap the leg, just one technique and you got to release. You can't hang on and run with it.
Okay. Try and get in there. You've got to start punch.
There we see Rob Pride just fighting back a little there. He's got good range with his legs. Pops out that front kick quite effectively, Pride, but he needs to back it up a little bit more with his hands. Mehmet just barnstorming in there on Pride, caught him well, worked the outside thigh. You see Mehmet just getting his right hand ready to roll, and Rob Pride really needs to have his guard a lot higher, and if he doesn't, that's exactly what's going to happen to him. That big right hand, he's going to catch him, and there's that round kick catching him across the throat.
Well, Malcolm Bullner about to get us underway in round number 2 of 3. It is Rob Pride against Murat Mehmet, and Malcolm Bullner just having a word with Rob Pride's corner between rounds, just clearing up a little bit of an issue on the catch and sweep technique from the Thai boxing gym of Rob Pride. This one under K1 rules, you can catch and sweep, but you must release after one technique only. A dummy right hand there from Murat Mehmet caught Rob Pride sleeping early on in this round. And we did see in the first stanza, of course, Rob Pride utilising that Thai technique as we thought he would, getting in close and trying to work the knees. A big looping right hand there from Murat Mehmet. And a nice gut-munching front kick again off the lead leg. Been one of the best weapons of Mehmet so far in the fight, Hammer.
Well, both boys are using the front kick well. What Pride needs to do, he wants to get in and grapple, but he's got to mask his entrance into that grapple a little better. He's leaving himself open. He's got to be throwing a lot more hand combos, getting Mehmet's guard up and then going for the grapple in underneath it. But he's having a bit of difficulty executing that Thai technique, Pride. And Mehmet is dictating certainly the rules of this bout. Pretty much just using the kickboxing techniques. No real grappling skills coming into it at the moment.
Comments from the former Australian Thai boxing cruiserweight champion, the Hammer Mark Castanini, ringside. With myself, Michael Chavallo, a leaping knee there from Rob Pride. Came close but no cigar. And a very methodical, technical fight, this one from Murat Mehmet so far. Usually in the past, Hammer, we've seen Mehmet explode like a windmill, not really timing or picking his shots, but tonight seems to be a lot more relaxed against Rob Pride.
Well, he's a lot more relaxed. He's letting his combinations flow a lot more freely. Usually he's very, well, he has been a bit more stiff and rigid, Mehmet.
Oh, nice solid right hand to the left, just tagged Pride. And a defensive front kick off the ropes there. The slingshot effect just propelling Rob Pride off the ropes. And only a slip to the canvas from Murat Mehmet. But Mehmet really connecting with some leather. A wild technique up high there from Rob Pride. Came nowhere near the mark. Just whistled past the brow of Murat Mehmet. Mehmet backtracking now, sticking out that probing jab. Just not enough mustard behind it to do any real damage.
Well, both boys certainly starting to tire now. The technique is looking a little less vigorous than it was in the first round. And Mehmet really needs to step it up a bit and just etch up those points a little higher.
A looping overhand right there by Murat Mehmet. Came agonisingly close. Don't forget later on, folks, the return of the former three-time world champion Prince Amir, and also the great one, Ian Jacobs, making his return after a 4-year hiatus. And don't forget, Hammer, we've also got Gurkhan Ozkan going up against Daniel Tai in a grudge match for the ISKA World Super Middleweight title.
Well, that'll certainly be something special, that one. Daniel Tai looking a lot more confident now and a lot more at home, indeed, fighting in Australia. His first adventure at the showroom here at Crown. He looked a little nervy against Ozkan, but he's saying it's going to be a different story this time. Certainly confidence very, very high after taking out Nick Carra, one of this country's most promising fighters. Carra a little unlucky in his venture out with Daniel Tai.
It is going to be one hell of a fight, that one there, later on tonight. And at the moment, a solid fight between Murat Mehmet again. The big looping right hand just getting past the guard of Rob Pride into the second round, Hammer.
Well, that round evened it out a little bit more. Rob Pride came back a little, but still probably Mehmet's way. And this one's going down to the third and final round coming up. But I'd have to say Mehmet is certainly ahead on my scorecard anyway.
Each time he's jabbing, he sticks his head back, all right? Now, this round, I'm going to tell you the last minute, you jump on him. I promise you, if you don't, you're going to deal with this one, all right?
No wait. What are you waiting for?
Breathe.
Okay? You want to go sick now.
All right? Okay. This round here, I want you to throw your balls.
Come on, okay? You do best, okay?
All right? Listen, you know what we're doing in the...
Sure.
Listen, you know what we're doing in the ring, in the back room, like the machine? This round here, if you don't go halfway like a machine, halfway through the round, you won the first thing. Now I want you to look good and smash it.
Hey, no, stop, Murat! If you hit him, keep going.
And focus and then smash it with your overhand, all right? Now I
Well, some heated words in the corner there of Murat Mehmet from Claudio Ferrante and Tarek Solak even hopping over in the corner there, Hammer, and they're telling Mehmet to come out like a machine here in the third and final round.
Well, it's easy to say, harder to do. That's my classic quote, Michael. You can etch that one down.
That one will be on your epitaph, Hammer.
They'll put it on the headstone. But it is very much that way for a fighter. Sometimes what the mind wants to do, the body just can't back up. You know what you have to do, but fatigue and tiredness certainly zaps something of skill.
It has been a solid fight by Murat Mehmet so far, no doubt about that, and he's been picking his shots more technically than always, but now time to turn on the power. And that's exactly what Rob Pride's doing here, 30 seconds down in the third round of action. Snappy jab there by Pride. Right hand leg kick combination from Rob Pride from rural Victoria. And Murat Mehmet has not started like a machine here in the third round. In fact, he might have slowed a little bit, Hammer.
He is getting a little tired, but he did spend a lot of his pennies in that the first round, but he's still got a lot of power. He backs it up there nicely with that right hook. Pride trying to get the grapple on, not working.
Well, Pride just tying him up and nowhere to go for Murat Mehmet. Malcolm Bullner separates both men. You have to keep the work rate up in the grapple under K1 rules, of course. Nice rib kick there from Rob Pride, and Mehmet just turning him around. We're now 1 minute down, 2 minutes remaining in the third and final round. Snappy right hand, just not enough starch behind that one to really cause much damage on Pride. And both men really sucking in the air now, Hammer.
Well, Pride just trying to throw an in-close knee there without the grapple underneath it, but it's really not going to have a lot of power. You've certainly got to nail your opponent and drill that knee in if you're going to execute him. Bringing the hands over, but both boys just pretty much fatigued now, so it's just survival of the fittest pretty much. And that's all it is, Michael, in the novice or more amateur ranks. It really is often just the fitter fighter that wins, because when fatigue onsets, if you've got the fitness, you can hold your guard up more. But if you're tired, your defences are certainly down. As I said, sometimes what the mind wants to do, e.g. holding your hands up, the body just can't from tiredness, and that is where danger land is certainly imminent, with your opponent taking advantage of that.
It's been a scrappy third round so far, but certainly the higher work rate has gone the way of Rob Pride. The power shots have gone to Murat Mehmet, but just not enough of them so far. Uppercut didn't miss the mark there from Murat Mehmet. Oh, the big right hand take, Rob Pride really get the count. No, says Malcolm Bullner. Well, Murat Mehmet would have liked the count on that one. Pride straight back to his feet, and here comes Mehmet. Here's letting it all go in the final 40 seconds now. Murat Mehmet like a machine. Big right hand there from Mehmet. And Rob Pride just turning his back on Murat Mehmet. He wanted out of there. Inside fire kick from Mehmet, then the uppercut off the right hammer.
Rob Pride in a spot of bother, but he's a very tough boy. He keeps on pushing forward, Rob Pride, the boy from the bush. He's giving it a real shake-up, but Mehmet is certainly nailing him.
Mehmet just tying him up in a side headlock, and Malcolm Bullner separating both men. We're into the final 15 seconds now, the third and final round. A stronger rally over these last few seconds from Murat Mehmet.
I tell you what, Pride's lucky he scored a few of those shin kicks across these gloves rather than across the face.
Hammer into the third and final round.
All Mehmet on my scorecard anyway, but take nothing away from Rob Pride. He put up a very, very brave battle and didn't throw the towel. Was happy to weather the storm and see it out. A very, very good effort from Rob Pride. Well done to him. But Murat Mehmet just putting it all together too well on my scorecard, and well done to him tonight. You see Mehmet just stalking forward on Pride. Just continual onslaught of kicks and punches. Rob Pride just gritting his teeth and weathering the storm. But Mehmet, just a barrage of hands and feet on Pride. There's a big overhand right, just caught Pride at the side of the head. Mehmet again lining it up. But very, very strong hands, Murat Mehmet. And just that last little bit of gas in the tank to finish up the round. And that was excellent effort from Murat Mehmet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard for the first time this evening. We have a unanimous points victor. Judge Jamel Hassan scored about 30-26. Judge Dave Hitchcock scored about 30-27. And Mark Corrie, 30-26. For your winner from the red corner, Murat Mehmet.
Well, there you have it, folks. A victory for Murat Mehmet. And earlier on tonight, Mark the Hammer spoke to the father of Aussie kickboxing, Bob Jones.